That day, a large dog suddenly came running from a distance, so fast it seemed to be on some kind of secret mission. The dog rushed into my abandoned hut. The dog discovered a small hole at the doorway and actually crawled inside. A few seconds later, a small head slowly emerged from the hole. The dog's eyes held a thoughtful look, like something out of a spy movie. I couldn't help but laugh when I saw it from afar. The dog slowly turned its head, looking left and right, as if checking if anyone was around. The dog's expression was unusually serious, as if it were about to reveal some secret. A gentle breeze blew by, and the dog's ears twitched slightly. The dog had entered reconnaissance mode. I can't help but wonder, what is this dog trying to figure out that makes it so cautious and loyal? The dog looked around and, after confirming that it was safe, retreated. The whole process was like a dog playing its own adventure game. Who would have thought that this old house would become a secret paradise for dogs? At this moment, the dog finally came out of the small hole again. The dog raised its head and sniffed the air gently, as if checking its surroundings. Then, the dog slowly walked around the house. The dog took each step very carefully, as if it were patrolling its own territory. After a while, the dog returned to the doorway. After hesitating for a few seconds, the dog actually went back into the small hole. A few soft whimpers came from inside the house. That voice melted my heart. The more I looked at it, the more I felt that this abandoned hut seemed to be hiding some unknown secret. My curiosity completely overcame my hesitation, and I decided to take a closer look. I held my breath and gently pushed open the half-open door. At that moment, I saw something that shocked me, something completely unexpected. A litter of puppies huddled together in a small nest in the corner. The dogs huddled together like a fluffy ball, gently wriggling their tiny bodies. Some of the puppies were still yawning, while others were gently wriggling their bodies. They looked so cute. I was thinking about something when I suddenly heard soft footsteps. The mother dog appeared. The mother dog walked straight towards me. The mother dog raised her head and stared at me with her round eyes. The mother dog looked serious, but showed no hostility. At that moment, I seemed to hear the mother dog say, "This is my territory. Don't even think about taking my puppies away." After the mother dog finished speaking, she gave a soft hum and turned to walk to the side. The whole scene was both heartwarming and a little funny, and I couldn't bear to look away. The mother dog looked at me quietly, a hint of hesitation in her eyes. The mother dog's ears twitched slightly, as if she was trying to determine if I was a good person. I remained silent, making no movement, simply standing there quietly. The air was very quiet. The only sound was the puppy's soft breathing. The mother dog looked up at me, her eyes gentle and wise. Then the mother dog slowly turned around, her movements as light as a breeze. The mother dog crawled out of the small hole with an elegant and confident posture. The mother dog went outside and strolled around the house with a leisurely and light gait. The mother dog would occasionally turn around to look at me, as if to make sure I was still there. At that moment, I suddenly felt my heart filled with trust. I couldn't help but wonder, did the mother dog really accept me? After a while, the mother dog returned from her walk outside. The mother dog discovered that several puppies had already climbed to the entrance of the hole. The mother dog rushed over immediately. The little ones looked around curiously, sniffing the air. Perhaps the puppies can sense that the outside world is brighter and smells more pleasant. A puppy stretched out its paws, clumsily trying to climb out. The puppy was just lying by the hole, shaking its head. The mother dog circled around the entrance to the hole, making a low humming sound. The mother dog gently supported her puppies while glancing back at the other pups in the nest. The female dog looks like a busy and anxious mother. Watching this scene, I couldn't help but laugh. It was truly a gentle, chaotic little farce. The puppy began to slowly move its little body. Some puppies held their heads high, sniffing left and right, full of curiosity about the outside world. The puppy's nose twitched, as if it were exploring new scents in the air. Several brave children tried to crawl forward, their movements clumsy but earnest. Every step the puppies take is a great adventure. Some puppies laid at the entrance of the hole, quietly peering out. A gentle breeze was blowing, and the puppies squinted their eyes, enjoying the fresh air. Her small body rose and fell slightly with her breathing, her expression one of contentment and ease. Several puppies were lying in their little nests inside the house. The dogs huddled together, very quiet, with only a soft buzzing sound. The voice was soft and sweet, as if in a dream, filling the entire room with a healing atmosphere. Watching this scene, I couldn't help but smile. This is the purest form of happiness. I squatted by the door, watching this litter of adorable little ones. The puppies stayed quietly in the little house their mother had chosen. Although the place is a bit old, you can tell that the mother dog is quite satisfied. The puppies huddled together, fast asleep, occasionally stretching out their little paws. The room was not exposed to sunlight, but the atmosphere was very peaceful. This place feels like a temporary home, simple yet full of a sense of security. The mother dog would occasionally look up at me, then turn her head to look at her puppies. That look in my eyes gave me a strange sense of warm trust. When I saw the dog like that, I was suddenly moved. After a while, the mother dog seemed to finally feel much more relaxed. Perhaps I can prepare some sweet little surprises for the dogs outside. With that thought in mind, I turned and left, already planning our next encounter. The puppies were fast asleep on the soft cushions. The puppies' little faces are so innocent and cute. The room was quiet, with only the sound of the dogs breathing. Suddenly, the little guy moved and slowly opened his eyes. The puppy whimpered a few times, as if looking for its mother. The mother dog immediately came over and gently sniffed. The little guy raised his head and twitched his nose, seemingly checking the scent. Then, the puppy began to look around curiously, showing great interest in its surroundings. The dog kept shaking its little head, its eyes full of exploration. Then the other puppies slowly woke up as well. A group of little ones blinked and yawned, so cute it melted your heart. One by one, the puppies moved into the little nest. The soft cushion is like a cloud, which is obviously perfect for puppies. The little ones were squinting and yawning, looking incredibly cute. Some of the puppies looked up at me, then slowly laid back down. The puppy's eyes seemed to say, "This is a good place. I want to sleep a little longer." The puppies huddled together, breathing softly, a fluffy ball of fur. The room suddenly became quiet and warm. Occasionally, one or two dogs would stretch out their little paws, roll over, and continue dreaming. The mother dog watched quietly from the side, looking quite satisfied. The mother dog's tail wagged gently, seemingly enjoying the tranquility of the moment. Sunlight streamed through the gaps, illuminating the puppy's soft fur. As I watched this scene, only one thought came to mind. This is the simplest form of happiness. The puppies were fast asleep in their kennel. The puppy's belly swelled up, rising and falling slightly with its breathing. The mother dog stood to one side, occasionally lowering her head to sniff her puppies. The scene was quiet and warm. Even the air seemed to soften. As I watched from the side, a strange warmth welled up inside me. I thought of the mother dog, who was busy taking care of her puppies all day long and hardly had any rest. I walked to the side and prepared some delicious snacks. The mother dog came over, sniffed it gently, and then slowly took a few bites. The mother dog's expression changed from cautious to relaxed, and then she showed a satisfied look. The mother dog seemed to be saying, "HMM, not bad. The taste is all right." I smiled. This moment felt like a gentle and lovely everyday occurrence. After a while, the puppies began to wake up one after another. Her little head lifted up little by little, and her sleepy-eyed look was so cute. The puppies blinked, as if trying to confirm that they had arrived at their new place. Once the dogs realized what was happening, the puppies instantly became much more energetic. The puppies' little paws kicked back and forth on the mat, sniffing around. The puppies found every step new and exciting, as if they were exploring a mysterious world. The little one rolled over and almost slipped off the mat. The other puppies stretched and yawned loudly. The room suddenly became lively, filled with adorable puppies. Just then, the mother dog came over. The little guys immediately gathered around, wagging their tails and barking. The mother dog seemed to be saying, "Mommy, we're hungry, let's eat." The mother dog laid down gently, her posture tender and steady. The puppies immediately gathered around. The fluffy little balls huddled together. The little ones snuggled up to their mother, rubbing against each other. They looked so adorable. The mother dog slightly raised her head, her expression gentle, like a loving mother. The mother dog watched her puppies quietly, gently wagging her tail. The puppies nestled close to their mother, quiet and content. The room was completely silent, except for the sound of breathing. Sunlight streamed through the gaps, shining on the puppy's soft fur. At that moment, time seemed to slow down. The puppies squinted their eyes, their faces full of happiness. The mother dog's eyes were gentle yet firm, as if she were protecting the entire world. This scene is so heartwarming. The happiness is overflowing from the screen. Sunlight streamed into the little nest, filling the room with a tranquil warmth. The puppy lay beside its mother, its breathing soft and steady. The mother dog quietly closed her eyes and gently wagged her tail. The mother dog seemed to enjoy this moment of peace. The little one would occasionally roll over and curl up in his mother's arms again. All sounds fell silent. Not even the wind dared to break the tranquility. As I watched this scene, an indescribable warmth welled up in my heart. This is perhaps the truest form of happiness. There were no fancy sets or deliberate shots. Only a group of small lives are slowly growing in the rhythm of nature. The mother dog's eyes were filled with peace and trust. The mother dog seemed to be telling me, "Don't worry, everything is fine." The puppies probably don't know how big the world is. But at this moment, the puppies already had all the warmth and affection they needed. Watching the dogs sleep peacefully, my heart calmed down. Every breath, every subtle movement is like a gentle lullaby. This encounter reminded me of the simplest kind of happiness. Perhaps the meaning of life lies in being warmed and surrounded by these small moments. I wonder what surprises these little guys will bring me next time we meet. The next morning, as soon as I got out of bed, I heard a faint noise coming from not far away. I went over to take a look and found that the litter of babies had woken up. The puppies huddled together, their round little bodies wriggling gently. The soft cries of children rose and fell, as if they were greeting each other. The mother dog stood guard nearby, her expression focused and gentle. The mother dog lowered her head and carefully groomed her puppies, bit by bit. The puppies stretch their legs and yawn every now and then. They're incredibly cute. Sunlight streamed through the cracks, shining on their fuzzy bodies. The mother dog looked up at me, her eyes filled with a sense of relief. A gentle breeze blew by, and the puppies huddled together again, round and plump, forming a tight little ball. The puppies hummed softly, their voices as delicate as children singing. Watching this scene, I couldn't help but smile. This day will probably be gentler. This mischievous little guy seems a bit angry. The puppy's little paws were kicking wildly, and it was making soft whimpering noises. I couldn't help but reach out, wanting to gently comfort the dog. Surprisingly, the puppy quieted down as soon as it touched my hand. The puppy raised its head, revealing an adorable, bewildered expression. At that moment, the air fell silent. The puppy seemed to be confirming something, or perhaps it was being affectionate. My heart melted instantly. The puppy made a satisfied nasal sound. That gesture was as if to say, "You're here too." I couldn't help but laugh. This little guy is so cute. Perhaps the puppy has really started to see me as a friend. The puppies kept humming softly. To me, it sounded like I was nagging my mom. Dinner time. The mother dog sat quietly to one side, listening to the little chorus. The mother dog seemed quite calm. Perhaps it wasn't opening time yet. Just then, the mother dog noticed I was coming. The mother dog immediately came over and gently licked my fingers. There was a hint of familiarity in his eyes, and also a touch of trust. I couldn't help but crouch down and quietly greet the mother dog. At this moment, I feel like my whole little home is surrounded by happiness. The puppy lying on the mat had its eyelids getting heavier and heavier. I gently put the dogs back into their soft little bed. The little ones curled up together, their breathing gradually becoming steady. The puppy's whimpering gradually faded away, leaving only soft breathing. The mother dog lay beside them, quietly watching her puppies. That scene was so quiet that it was hard to leave. Sunlight streamed through the window cracks, casting a warm glow over the dogs. I paused at the door for a moment, afraid of disturbing this tranquility. Everything today was so simple, yet it touched my heart. Perhaps, for them, it was just an ordinary day. But for me, it was the warmest moment. Who knows what interesting stories will unfold tomorrow? On the morning of the third day, as soon as I stepped into the yard, I heard a familiar sound. The dog family woke up very early, and the whole yard immediately became lively. The mother dog has probably gone out for a walk again. Leave these little guys behind and let them freely stretch their muscles on the mat. Some puppies are struggling to crawl forward, their movements clumsy yet adorable. The puppy was humming a little tune, as if it were keeping time for itself. Some puppies lay lazily, completely unwilling to get out of bed. Her small body rose and fell, her breathing soft and gentle. Sunlight shone on the puppies, making their fluffy fur shimmers. A gentle breeze blew by, and the small cushion swayed gently, like a cradle. The yard was filled with the scent and warmth of puppies. This gentle morning became the happiest time for the puppies. A little while later, the mother dog came back from her stroll. As soon as the mother dog entered the yard, the puppies immediately began to whine softly. Upon hearing this, the mother dog gently wagged her tail and went over. The mother dog didn't rest for long before getting busy. Check them one by one, making sure not a single one is missed. The mother dog carefully used her tongue to groom her puppies. The puppies lay obediently, letting their mother gently lick them. Some puppies even squinted their eyes, showing a satisfied little expression. The sunlight shone on the dogs, warm and cozy. Even the air seemed to soften. The mother dog's movements were slow, focused, and gentle. I stood to the side, watching this scene, and a warm feeling welled up inside me. Perhaps this is the simplest and most touching kind of happiness. After playing for a while, the puppies seemed to get sleepy. The dogs' small bodies twitched, but their eyelids grew heavier and heavier. Some were lying on the edge of the mat, still yawning. Some puppies simply lay down beside their mothers, their breathing becoming long and even. The mother dog watched her puppies quietly, her expression gentle and serene. I walked over gently and put the puppies back in their soft little bed. The puppies huddled together, curled up into a fluffy little ball. The little nest was filled with a faint milky scent and warmth. A gentle breeze blew by, and the shadows of the trees outside the window swayed softly. The mother dog lay down beside them, closed her eyes, and her ears twitched slightly. The puppy's whimpers gradually subsided, leaving only soft breaths. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting golden rays upon the dogs, like a golden blanket covering them. The entire courtyard gradually quieted down, leaving only a gentle atmosphere. I stood at the doorway, silently watching everything, a sense of peace enveloping me. A beautiful day thus came to a quiet and peaceful end. A week has passed in the blink of an eye, and the puppies have grown quite a bit. The puppies' little eyes finally opened, and the world was full of new surprises for them. The dog's steps were still unsteady, but they were already eager to move forward. The weather is lovely today. The sun is shining warmly. I took my dog family outdoors. The puppies were lying on the ground when they immediately raised their heads and looked around. The dog's little nose twitched, intently sniffing every breath of the wound. The dog stumbled along, looking clumsy yet adorable. Some dogs were so startled by the slightest touch of a blade of grass that they took a step back. The puppy quickly mustered its courage and continued exploring. Every step felt like discovering a whole new world. Looking at the puppies, I suddenly realized that this is the gentlest form of growing up. Looking at this group of adorable puppies, I couldn't help but squat down. The dogs' little bodies shimmered softly in the sunlight. I greeted the dogs softly, unconsciously softening my tone. The puppies seemed to understand, and they all turned their heads at once. One of the little ones slowly approached me. The puppy raised its little head and looked at me curiously. The puppy sniffed my finger, then gently licked it. In that instant, my heart melted. The puppy's eyes are gentle and innocent, as if saying, "Hello." I couldn't help but laugh and gently replied, "Hello, little friend." The puppy circled around it, round and round. Perhaps, from this moment on, the puppy truly considered me a friend. Looking at these little guys, I thought maybe I could give them a little surprise. So I took out some snacks and gently placed them in front of the dogs. Surprisingly, this little guy can actually eat. The puppy sniffed it first, then carefully took a bite. After tasting the flavor, the puppy immediately became focused. The little puppy opened and closed its mouth, eating with such seriousness. The puppy's little face showed a satisfied expression. It looked absolutely adorable. Not far away, several puppies were still fast asleep. But as soon as the aroma wafts over, the puppies immediately wake up. They all rushed over as soon as they lifted their little heads or twitched their little noses. Seeing this, I couldn't help but laugh out loud and could only distribute them to the dogs one by one. The place was instantly filled with the sounds of chewing and a joyful atmosphere. Soon, the mother dog returned from her walk. The mother dog was immediately attracted by the aroma when she returned. The mother dog looked down and saw her puppies circling around the treat. The mother dog blinked, as if wondering, "What good thing is this?" Before I could react, the mother dog had already come closer. The mother dog took it without hesitation and began to savor it. The puppies looked up at their mother, their eyes full of curiosity. The mother dog ate very attentively, even wagging her tail unconsciously. After the mother dog finished eating, she looked up at me with those kind eyes. The mother dog's eyes seemed to say, "It tastes pretty good." I couldn't help but laugh, and the mother dog blinked again, as if to add, "Bring more next time." At that moment, the courtyard was filled with smiles and warm sunshine. After finishing the snack, the mother dog licked her lips, looking satisfied. The mother dog didn't stop. She immediately turned around to look at her puppies. The puppies were still rolling around in the grass, their fur ruffled by the wind. The mother dog walked over gently and groomed each of them, one by one. The mother dog's movements were gentle and meticulous, as if she were performing a familiar ritual. The puppy lay quietly, letting its mother gently groom it. Occasionally, the puppy will make a soft whimper, as if it's being affectionate. The sunlight shone on the dogs, making their fur shimmering with a soft light. The mother dog's silhouette was cast by the light, appearing gentle and serene. At that moment, a sense of tranquility seemed to permeate the air. The puppy is getting cuter and cuter. Every expression is adorable. The mother dog was unhurried, her eyes filled with tenderness. After the mother dog finished licking the last one, she looked up and glanced at me. I stared blankly at the scene before me, deeply moved. So this is how the greatest tenderness happens, quietly and silently. I watched as the puppies got tired of playing and finally quieted down. The puppies nestled in their mother's arms, gently wiggling their tiny bodies. Before long, the puppy's little mouth found its way and began to drink the sweet milk tea. That scene was so quiet that only the soft sucking sounds could be heard. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting a warm, golden glow on the dogs that was almost too beautiful to look at. The puppy's tail occasionally wags gently, as if it's still dreaming and being affectionate. The mother dog looked down at her puppies, her eyes filled with tenderness. The mother dog gently licked one of them, as if to say, "Sleep well, sweetie." The little one's breathing gradually became steady, and a satisfied expression appeared on their faces. The scene was like the world had fallen silent, leaving only love. The mother dog raised her head, a calm smile on her face. The mother dog looked at her healthy and happy puppies, her eyes filled with contentment. I stood quietly to the side, not daring to make a sound. At this moment, my heart was deeply healed. This is the purest happiness. Perhaps all these ordinary days are the most precious tenderness. A week has quietly passed since day one. I witnessed firsthand every moment of these little lives, from their whimpering to their joyful antics. I still remember the puppy's first open eyes, those wet little eyes, and the puppy's first crawling, clumsy yet determined. The mother dog was never absent. She always gently stayed by her side. Every lick, every glance back is a silent expression of longing. I watched the puppies go from lying in my arms to standing up for the first time. From humming little tunes to learning to respond with their little mouths. Every first time makes me laugh and feel touched at the same time. Several times, I almost cried. That happiness felt so real. The mother dog remains as gentle as ever, and the puppies are becoming more and more lively. This week, I witnessed growth and was deeply moved by that ordinary love. Perhaps dogs don't understand the world yet, but I've already learned gentleness from them. I will forever cherish these moments in my heart because they were the most beautiful first time. May these adorable puppies grow up healthy and happy.